Hi, pharmacists and future pharmacists. I'm Dr. Keturah Crease, a graduate of Xavier University College of Pharmacy in New Orleans. Currently, I'm completing my postdoctoral fellowship with Merck, partnered with Rutgers University in late-stage clinical development oncology. I always get the question, why industry? While in pharmacy school, I worked in the community setting and also the hospital setting, and I worked as a student general chemistry instructor. I also had the opportunity to conduct basic sciences research in breast cancer and glioblastoma. All of these activities really helped me land my role in industry because I really wanted to make sure that I merged all of my passions both in oncology, research, and academia. At my company as a clinical scientist, we are involved in different phases of the study. It could be study startup or initiation, maintenance, and closeout activities. Currently, I'm working on a phase 3 renal cell carcinoma study, and here I'm working on a lot of the study startup initiation activities such as site selection and validation, protocol authoring, developing a medical monitoring plan, and making sure we're managing the data in a way that is per protocol. So another question I get a lot is, how are you guys coping with COVID? So for me, COVID has changed things a little bit. So for the studies that we're involved in, it's very much computer-based work. So the bulk of our work is pretty much the same, but I would say COVID has changed the way we network and build relationships. For me, I really enjoy getting to know members of a team on an individual basis. And so in this virtual environment, typically you're on meetings, maybe via a WebEx or Microsoft platform, and all they really see is your name. So I would say in this environment, it's really important to be intentional in setting up this one-on-one time with your team to really get to know them, see how you collaborate together, and see how you can make each other's lives easier to get the job done. So while in this COVID space, it's been really interesting to assess that and really learn more about the team. You may learn maybe your team member is in the West Coast now, so maybe keeping that in mind, you don't want to schedule a meeting for 7 a.m. because it might be too early for your colleague on the West Coast. So it's been interesting in that way, but work is still getting done amidst COVID. I know midyear is coming up, and that's another big topic. And I would say for me, to help in preparation, I really broke things down in 3 ways. I broke it down by functional area, therapeutic area, and the relevant experience that I had. So I really was interested in clinical development, so I really made sure that I knew everything about clinical development and what would be the expected roles and responsibilities that I would have as a fellow. Additionally, the therapeutic area for me that I was very interested in was oncology. So I really made sure that I knew what was up and coming in oncology, that I was well versed on the recent guidelines and what are the novel therapeutic compounds that were being used currently, and made sure that I knew how to speak to that. And lastly, the questions that many people get nervous about are those situational based questions that may be asked. But a really great tool and tip is that everything that's listed on your CV can really be turned into a situational answer or question. So really what I made sure that I knew how to do is that every experience that was listed on my CV, I made sure that I can really speak to that experience and also talk about how that would translate into my current role that I have now. I know midyear will look a little different this year, so it may be a little bit nerve-wracking, but really try to be as authentic as possible with your interviewing and really make sure that you put your best foot forward, even though it's in a virtual environment. We really can only see you on the screen, and we don't get that face-to-face opportunity as we typically would, so I'd really encourage you to really put your best effort and really make sure that you make the most of this experience as we're moving into this virtual environment. I'm so excited for you all as you begin this journey, and I'm excited to be also a resource for you. So feel free to reach out via LinkedIn, email, or on social media if you have any questions moving forward into the midyear and fellowship process. Can't wait to see where you guys land. Bye.